Hi, I am Ben Alexander and I have autism. Today, I'm going to talk about sensory issues and autism, and I'll share how they relate and how you can manage these sensory issues. But first, if you could do me a real favor real fast, if you haven't already, could you please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up like button, and turn on your YouTube notifications so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And also feel free to share this with your friends. And I was watching videos on autism on YouTube, and a lot of the autistic YouTubers that I've come across talk about sensory issues quite a bit, and things that I've never really considered about being autistic. So I've decided to research it a little bit more, and apparently autistic people have more sensory issues than non-autistic people. Now, I'm sure non-autistic people have some sensory issues, but it's nowhere near the level of autism people. That's what my research has really been showing, and I will share it with you. And again, I'm very curious about this topic and never considered it in my day-to-day life, so it really got me thinking, do I have any of these issues that I'm not aware of? And if I do, how can I fix them? So I did do a Google search for high-functioning autism sensory issues. And I have high-functioning autism, so this is pretty useful to me, and here's what I found. People with high-functioning autism can experience a range of sensory issues, including hypersensitivity and hyposensitivity. Hypersensitivity and overresponsiveness to certain stimuli, such as bright lights, sounds, smells, textures, and taste. This can lead to sensory avoidance behaviors like pulling away from physical touch or covering ears. Hyposensitivity and underresponsiveness to sensory stimuli, such as difficulty recognizing hunger or pain. This can lead to sensory-seeking behaviors like making loud noises, touching people or objects, or rocking back and forth. Other examples of sensory issues in people with high-functioning autism, HFA, include temperature sensitivity, being sensitive to being too hot or cold, and having strong preferences for the weight and warmth of clothing. Pain, experiencing pain differently than others, such as not feeling pain as strongly or having a delayed responses to pain. Balance and movement, having unstable balance entering other people's personal space or having difficulties with fine motor skills. Sensory challenges can significantly impact an individual's well-being and functioning, even in people with HFA, high-functioning autism, who have milder symptoms in other areas. And I can tell you that I can get really hot or really cold very quickly depending on the temperatures outside. And I do have balance issues. I've recognized that because I've tried ice skating and doing lots of activities like biking and all that stuff that involve balance. It hasn't gone very well because in the latest one I really tried was in high school. So I don't try those type of activities where I'm having to balance myself, like biking. I haven't biked since I was a kid, and I haven't ice skated since high school when I got to do it for Columbus Blue Jackets. I used to be a part of DECA, so it's kind of like a business club. That's what I described it as, and I did that in high school for all my 4 years over there. If you know what DECA is, great. It taught me a lot of business skills, and it was pretty good. I've enjoyed it. And, I really struggled trying to ice skate. Could it have something to do with autism? Maybe, but I feel like that's normal, that people don't know how to ice skate, and some people are not very well balanced. I mean, it could be autism, but I don't know. And the loud noises, for sure, I could definitely say as a kid, I used to hate concerts. I'd wear like earplugs to concerts because my parents got me that so I could kind of enjoy myself. And I think I've outgrown that. I'm okay with not having earplugs. I don't really go to concerts really, but I have gotten used to loud music. So that's fine. But normally if I listen to music, I don't go to concerts because I could just listen to it on Apple Music. My family has a Verizon account where you could get Apple Music for free, paid for their plan. So basically my parents are paying for it for me for now. And I really don't have to go concerts to listen to the music that I want to listen to. And I mean, it saves me a lot of money. Like it's probably what, $5 or $10 a month. I'm not 100% sure what Apple Music is per month, but that's a lot cheaper than spending a lot of money on a concert. Though I understand that it's cool to see your favorite artist live, but to me, I don't think that's. I mean, it's cool. Like I wouldn't mind going, but it's not the end of the world for me, if you get what I'm saying. And the delayed responses to the pain, I think that definitely surprised me too. And I really didn't realize that you could have a delayed response to pain as a person with autism. Like that's a first for me. And I mean, I've watched several YouTube videos. I never realized that that was a thing. Maybe I'm tripping, but I don't know. But I didn't realize it was a thing. That kind of surprised me. And it definitely has got me thinking of areas in my life where I'm like, yeah, this is, maybe I'm delayed pain lately, and it seems to click, the dots seem to click, and it makes more sense now. So that's at least a good thing. I'd say other than that, I don't think anything on that list really surprised me. Like I said, it's a very good list. I think those are all legitimate cases and sensory issues, so yeah. And high functioning, I went and did low functioning autism sensory issues, and here's what I found for low functioning autistic people. Sensory processing issues are common in people with low functioning autism and can include hypersensitivity and extreme sensitivity to certain sounds, smells, textures, taste, or light wavelengths. People with autism may become overwhelmed by these stimuli and may avoid them. Or they may react with behaviors like covering their ears or rocking. Hyposensitivity and underreactivity to sensory stimuli. People with autism may have a constant need for movement, or they may be attracted to loud noises, bright lights, and vibrant colors. They may also have difficulty recognizing sensations such as hunger, illness, or pain. Pain. People with autism may experience pain than others. For example, they may not feel pain as strongly as others, or they may find pain much more excruciating. These sensory sensitivities can significantly impact daily life and contribute to behavioral challenges. Occupational therapy can help people with autism develop strategies for regulating sensory input. So that is very interesting for me. That is very interesting. When you talk about the bright lights, the noises, and all that stuff, it's kind of a little bit of the same thing, but I'm looking at the words right now for the high functioning autism. It says an over responses to the certain stimulus such as bright lights, sounds, smells, textures, and taste. But for the low functioning people, it says an extreme sensitivity to certain sounds, smells, textures, taste, or light wavelengths. So that's kind of interesting. The wording for high functioning and low functioning is a little bit different, but I think they mean the same thing. Extreme sensitivity to over responsiveness. I believe that's the same thing. Let me know in the comments if it is. But yeah, I just coming with the differences and all that stuff. That surprised me too. And I mean, the other thing that really surprised me too was there are a lot more. It seems like the list for the high functioning autistic people was much larger than the low functioning, which really surprised me. And high functioning people have more balance issues than low functioning people, according to Google. That seems kind of crazy to me. And high functioning people struggle with temperatures more than low functioning people. Like I said, I don't know everything, but that just seems a little crazy that Google believes that way. And again, I feel like low functioning people can understand like weather and all that stuff. Like they can at least, even if they can't speak the words, they can at least like do body language to try to communicate that they're hot or cold. I'm sure that they can find ways to communicate that, but maybe they couldn't. But eventually, their guardian will probably figure it out that they're hot or cold. So, but yeah, again, I don't know. So, I guess they talked about going to occupational therapy. That's a great way to deal with sensory issues. And how you deal with them, I would say identify what sensory issues that you have and really try to find ways that you would deal with them. I would go to therapy and consult as much help as you can. Friends/family are a great resource as well. And I believe that you have many resources at your disposal. You can find more articles, blogs, videos about your specific sensory issue and ways you can deal with it best. And use caution and discernment in whatever you choose, because if you don't, it will make your sensory issues harder to deal with. Though I believe you will use discernment before making any decisions, because you want to not let sensory issues get in the way. And thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope you learned something, and if I missed any sensory issues or got anything wrong, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.